What's happening? Peter Von Panda here, all up in your grill with my newest acquisition. This is a Citizen BRT Eco Drive 3.0 in black, and I'm not really sure what all that means, and I don't know the model number right off the top of my head. But this is how it comes. It came in this nice box. You've got your manuals and all that normal stuff in the typical Citizen Eco Drive, cylinder. This one's black. In my other Citizens, it's been that blue. Just pulls apart here, and here is the watch itself. This is, it's got the tag right there. Retails for about $276. The AT2205. This watch comes in a variety of styles. It looks just like this, but in some various color combinations. Most notably, the ones I've seen, the other one looks just like this, but it has some red accents on the bezel, and then in the numerals and on the hand. So this one I got all murdered out. It's all blacked out. In the video here, it actually looks like the face is a little more gray, and I can tell you that, again, it is black. It's kind of like that dark charcoal because the face, the dial, I believe, is kind of semi-translucent so that it can power the solar cell underneath of it to power the battery. So it's got it's not quite as dark black as the band itself here, and I'll pull it off. A leather band. It's got perforations on the top or on the outside, and then it's got kind of this, I think, a microfiber, a simulated, this is just like a microfiber lining on the inside. Single regular leather wristband. I believe it's 22 millimeters at the top, and I think 20 millimeters down here at the bottom. I believe the face on this watch is supposed to be something like 46 millimeters. I can tell you right now that it doesn't seem very big. Particularly, like I said in other videos, I like a little bigger watch, but it certainly does not feel very big. I mean, overly big, and is kind of the same size as the other Citizens, the ProMaster that I have. On the wrist, it looks nice. I actually like this. Is probably I think this is bigger than the ProMaster I have, and it wears a little nicer. The case is nice and thick. No real ornamentation around it. There's that D on the crown, but overall it's pretty simple. It'll kind of not stand out. I got it all black because I wanted to be able to throw something on that was subtle, like a sports watch, like a G-Shock or the Trek, or the Tough Solar, but it was maybe just a little step up. It wasn't quite as casual, so you could kind of move between really casual, like playing a volleyball game with it on, but you could also go to dinner or out and hang out with friends at a bar without looking like you were just in an Ironman competition. The other thing that I really like about the Citizen Eco Drives is that they're solar powered, just like the Casio Tough Solars. It's not a very not as many watch companies as I'd like have embraced solar power. I know a lot of people like automatics, but the quartz movements are more reliable, they're more accurate, and the solar power kind of makes it the best of both worlds, because you don't have to worry about them being dead or replacing batteries or going on a long trip, especially on somewhere where you're not around, or you're out in the woods or something, and your battery dies. So solar power is definitely awesome, and the battery that's in here will keep this watch running for months and months and months, even in complete darkness. You can see here it is a chronograph. It says a WR100, so I think it's water resistant up to 100 feet or something. There are some numbers on the bezel, and I think it's a standard mineral crystal. It's actually pretty easy to read. The hands have kind of a slightly lighter gray paint on them, as you can see, and that actually does look gray. It doesn't look black, so it's a little easier to read. Even my diesel DZ7258 you know, the everything is just that gunmetal finish, so it can actually be a little hard to read. But this is no problem. If I hit this top button here, so the bottom resets, and then I would think the top would be the stopwatch, and there goes the second hand. So you do have the stopwatch feature. If I hit it again, stops, resets with the bottom. Again, nothing really out of the ordinary on this particular watch. Let's move the crown out to change the time, and I think probably in once to change days, or I'm actually not real sure how to change the date. But either way, pretty simple watch. Pretty nice. I notice here that the perforated leather on the outside runs the full width from lug to lug at the case, but then tapers in, kind of like the seat of a high-end sports car. Little different. Overall, a nice watch, and for the price, I think you get quite a bit of watch. You get the solar power Echo Drive, and it's pretty stylish, and it's a fairly large watch. Again, retails for about $280, but you can find this sucker online for $200, even less, $150 from some places if you're lucky. And I think definitely worth it to have that Eco Drive technology and a watch that looks nice and can be worn in a number of occasions. Watches from Citizen very similar to this, like the Pro Masters and whatnot, can easily go up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 800 or $1,000. So quite a bit of watch here for the money. So definitely check it out. Again, I'll put a link up to Citizen so you can check it out.